We talk a lot about survival mode, but I don't really hear anyone talking about thrival mode. And thrival mode is thriving within your survival season. The key thing to note about thrival mode is you thrive inside of the survival season, not after it. You don't wait. You know, this postponement thing that we do, you're not waiting until that season ends. You're learning to be your best self in the midst of it, regardless, in spite of. What I know to be true, just naturally how we think. Your thought process is, I'll be thriving when blank blank is fixed, when this situation is fixed, when the whatever gets resolved, when I have the possession, when I have the relationship, when I have the whatever. We have this idea of tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. And what I want to encourage is take the reins today. In spite of what's going on, take the reins today and command that this is your thrival mode. You're in thrival mode. For me, it helped when I understood that thriving was not the reward for finishing a hard part, but instead thriving is the mindset or posture that I had to lean into in the season during the toughest times that I faced. Strange concept, but your life does not have to look healed for you to start living as though you are, or as if you were healed. I want to call out what survival mode for me, or survival mode for me looked like. It looked like I woke up, there was a checklist or a to-do that I was already seeing as a tab in my mind. Maybe some things that I was not looking forward to that I had to do, or waking up and realizing that the situation is still the same, I'm still in it, and feeling a weight. For you, it could look like so many different things, or it could look the same. You know, I felt like scarcity was the lens that I was looking out of. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough energy, not enough support. Almost looking for, where could the next fire come from? What is something that I need to fix, need to address? Where can I focus my energy so that something will be better? Some of the options that I chose were from that fear-based place. It was more of like, what's the safest option? And really not even operating from the place of, okay, what is the best option that I can do right now? It was almost like you are trying to not let it get any worse, or not let anything get any worse. So instead of taking the time to be a little more strategic, instead your focus is like, how do I not make things worse? And that is a tough place to operate from and to build and thrive from. I was over explaining. I was over apologizing. My focus was not letting anything get worse and keeping the peace. And that was a stressful way to live, but in the moment you're thinking that's the best way to do things. Even if there's like someone's noticing you, or something where there's a compliment, or you kind of reached a mile marker or something, you deflect the compliment. You would move the goalpost, oh, I did this, but I still have this to do. It's like, take a second, marvel in the progress, but instead, because of the mindset that you can be in survival mode, you can't celebrate anything because it's something else that has to be done. So it's a tense way to operate. From a physical standpoint, what it looked like for me was, I noticed that my jaw was like tighter, kind of more clenched. I had less of you don't intentionally know what impact an experience or situation is having on your body. My shoulders were higher, and just like naturally, like I wasn't even like, shoulder shrugs. No, just like from a natural stance, like my shoulders were higher. You might have, my jaw was a little bit tighter. I felt like my sleep was poor. because you can almost think that there's something, giving something more thought or attention can somehow help. So you're thinking about situations, you're thinking about things that you don't want to happen, and you're giving a lot of your energy to a time or a season. You can also not really eat properly. You're almost just like, you're just nibbling on stuff. You have like anxiety. You're not fully functioning. You're just on, I don't want to say autopilot, because, well, to an extent, you are on a form of autopilot where you're not really present, and you can't be still or get the rest because it feels like you should be doing something. It's a horrible loop to be in. I don't wish that upon anyone. But what I will say is that was a season that you are permitted to leave. All right, so I want to talk about the benefits of operating in thrival mode. The first one is you are less reactive and more responsive. So this specifically is the gap between what happens and what you choose to do. That's the gap where you will be able to be responsive and not reactive. Number 2 is better decision making. You are able to not think from the short term. You're able to think more long term and more strategic. Number 3, your nervous system settles. And this is a real benefit that has a physical manifestation, a physical feeling that you have. So that tension or weight that's been on your shoulders for 3 years, that can dissipate once your posture changes. That those tight shoulders, the clenched jaw, all those things that I mentioned, having more improved sleep, having better digestion, lower blood pressure, these are physical changes that you will begin to notice. Number 4, you notice opportunities and not only threats. So you'll be in the same room, same circumstance, but you have a different lens or a different filter. And where you were in survival mode and you notice danger, in thrival mode, you will notice doors, right? Ways to get out of situations, doors of opportunity, new things, better things. Number 5, guilt-free boundaries. You don't feel bad for saying no. No is just information. You're just sharing a decision with someone, and hopefully they respect it. Number 6, confidence compounds. You begin operating from a place of I am able, I am resourceful, and that shows small wins stack up, and you also are able to build momentum. So once you build that momentum, and either you were already a confident person and maybe you're just in a season where that confidence has waned a little bit, or you are a person that is growing confidence, and that's something that you never embodied or never fully shined. But you are entering a space where that is something that it's stacking, it's compounding, and you are embracing it. Number 7, your energy changes, and it changes what as well as who you attract, and opportunities, people, they respond to this version of you that is now showing up. And it's good when you notice that change. I've also heard too people say, okay, so from a physical standpoint, I've watched people do weight loss transformations, and they could be in the exact same predicament, but people treat them differently based upon the physical version of themselves. Maybe not even, head up. It's really like from the size of their body, they notice that people are treating them differently. Exact same scenario. So from a confidence standpoint or from a posture standpoint, that looks like people observing how you carry yourself in a different light. And so that in turn teaches them how to interact with you. Now, there are people that are, of course, going to treat people, unfortunately, regardless. But for the most part, how I carry myself determines how you handle me. And now that you're making a priority to carry yourself a certain way, it is also going to show up in terms of how people handle you. All right, number 8, the 8th benefit, the 8th and final benefit is that you stop postponing your life. You are no longer waiting for a turn of events. You are the turn of events. You are the trigger. You are the catalyst. You're the decision maker. So what this looks like is you were in survival mode, which was equivalent to a waiting room. And now that you're in thrival mode, you are in the room. There's no more waiting. You are in the room now. You've arrived. And the things that you were waiting or putting off or postponing until such and such is resolved, until such and such is over, those days are gone. Those days are gone. If you were waiting to start a health journey until life calmed down because you said it calmed down. So start taking care of yourself. Start that journey. If you were waiting to start planning a trip until such and such, start planning the trip. Now is the time. Whatever you need to do, set those coins aside. Whatever the plan that you were going to do later, you start that now. There's no more waiting. Understand the power that you have to change your current situation, even if your current situation doesn't change. That's where the power is, and that's where the beauty of thrival mode is there's no physical change that has to happen. It's up here. You change your lens, change what you're looking out at. So I hope you enjoyed part 1. I will do a part 2, but please let me read your comments. I will definitely factor those into part 2. So yeah, I'm excited to continue on. I might turn thrival mode into a series because I love it. It's like the most beautiful turn of events in a difficult season because it is within your power. And you know how you hear about the beauty of the morning, right? And there's scriptures about the morning and how things will get better in the morning. But just in our lives, we can not physically waiting for the next day, like the morning, the physical morning, but how in your situation you can be in a dark or a night season, and just simply changing your mindset could be the morning. You know, the sun rising, the dawn of a new day, the beauty of a new day. So I wish you entering into your morning season. I wish you well as you enter into your morning season, and I hope you embrace this. Like I said, I will have part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much for watching. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell notification so that you can be tapped in for when part 2 comes out. Yes, I am holding the phone because we gotta adjust something. One of my devices didn't want to cooperate, but I said, no, I'm gonna finish this video. So I love you, sunshine, so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.